Welcome back, YouTube. Liberation Day hit on April 2nd, 2025, and the stock market's having a full-on meltdown over Trump's new reciprocal tariffs. Investors are panicking harder than a cat in a room full of Roombas, but hold up, let's break it down and see why this might not be the end of the world. So why the freak out? Why are investors hitting the panic button? As of right now, NASDAQ is down 3%, and the Dow is down 1,000 points. Well, it's because Trump dropped a universal 10% tariff on all imports and whacked 60 countries with reciprocal tariffs. 34% on China, making it 54% tariff overall. Even our allies are getting hit. 20% on the EU, 46% on Vietnam, 24% for Japan, and 32% for Taiwan, just to name a few. Investors are sweating buckets because one, uncertainty. Nobody knows how bad this trade war could get and which countries will retaliate, setting off a trade war. Two, companies losing profits. Higher import costs could shrink margins faster, which means less jobs for people to make money. And three, customers paying more. Your $20 impulse Amazon buy from China will now be $30, and these costs add up fast. Cars are quickly becoming unaffordable. That Toyota is now priced like a Lambo, and the only thing we are liberated from is affordable groceries. Trump says it's to boost U.S. jobs. Good, because I'm going to need another job so I can afford my Netflix subscription. As it stands now, don't get me wrong, if nothing were to change, we are headed for a global turmoil and recession. But I don't want to sound all doom and gloom. I'm actually quite optimistic about all this. So don't go selling your stocks for canned goods just yet. Here's the good news. Things like chips and semiconductors and meds are exempt from these tariffs. Trump is a businessman. He's a negotiator. These tariffs are a starting point. 54% tariffs for China. Hey, let's sit down. Let's talk these things over. And maybe he can bring them down. He's done it before. He can do it again. So there are three scenarios, in my opinion, that can happen with this situation. Number one, tariffs stay on, countries retaliate, and we go into a recession. Simple as that. Number two, the tariffs come off because other countries take their tariffs off the USA, and Trump removes his tariffs, and economy booms. And number three, most likely scenario, is something in the middle, something between tariffs coming off completely and tariffs staying on completely. Some countries will come to the table and negotiate, some countries won't. But during all this, I'm going to be buying. People are panic selling stocks. I am panic buying, and I'm buying good companies. And I'm hoping that my dog's chew toys don't cause a mortgage payment. But until then, I'm going to keep you guys updated on these tariffs, and we'll speak then. Peace.